Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tim, and today I want to talk about the upcoming Bitcoin Cash hard fork. The coin's competing visions via 4 hash rate. Well, I'm going to go through a couple of the Cointelegraph articles and give you guys the overview on Bitcoin Cash hard fork and kind of my input on the whole subject. Now, if you guys were in the cryptocurrency space a couple years back, Bitcoin was by itself and several other altcoins like Litecoin and Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash came along with the support of Roger Ver and Jihan Wu, basically saying the Bitcoin developers are limiting Bitcoin's potentials. We're going to let it become kind of this unlimited big Bitcoin, which is a true vision of quote unquote Satoshi's true vision, blah blah blah. And there became Bitcoin Cash. Now, one problem that I have with Bitcoin Cash and many other developers is that if you let the block size become unlimited, it becomes really hard for the nodes to run. Because the bigger the block size gets, it's harder for average Joes like us to run the nodes. So in that sense, it becomes more centralized. So in this topic of centralization versus decentralization, it really becomes a tough subject. But after reading so many articles and listening to other people and looking for myself, everything combined, I have decided that Bitcoin Cash is not for me, that I'm going to stick with Bitcoin and other coins of my preference. But Bitcoin Cash seemed to be just this tough subject, like a bit of a headache for me to really get into, and I do not agree with many of their points. But that said, some of you guys might like Bitcoin Cash and like the principles that they stand for, or maybe you want to get a quick profit off of it. At least for me, I would not mess with Bitcoin Cash, but if you guys are, I'll explain to you guys what's happening. So, basically, to sum it up, there's going to be a hard fork on November 15th, which is only a couple days from now on, where depending on the hash power and where the majority is at is going to determine the dominant Bitcoin Cash hard fork. And so far, there is 3 different hard forks coming from Bitcoin Cash. This article only talks about 2, but there's another one that came up recently. So if you look at another article, there's basically 3 Bitcoin Cash hard fork. One is Bitcoin ABC, favored by Roger Ver. Another one is Bitcoin SV, favored by Craig Wright. Man, this one's a very... I smell so much scam from this one. And also there's a third one, Bitcoin Unlimited, which the leader is Andrew Clifford. So there's 3 different types of Bitcoin Cash hard forks. And depending on how many miners support those hard forks will determine the dominant hard fork. So let's say, just in a scenario, let's say Bitcoin ABC has the most miners mining for it, has a majority hash rate, then that becomes the dominant hard fork, and everything else kind of becomes irrelevant. Although that could change, and depending on how they implement replay protection, that's going to determine some major scam attacks for regular consumers like us. So if you guys want to kind of quote unquote benefit off of this hard fork by getting some Bitcoin Cash earlier, trying to get all these 3 different types of hard forks, you're going to need some technical knowledge on cryptocurrencies and hard forks and replay protection, it's not going to be easy. And I would say it's not really worth it at this point. But you are doing it at your own danger, in a sense. But let's see. So currently, there is some of these hard forks are actually trading on Poloniex. Let's say, I think this was like, maybe 17 hours ago. Bitcoin Cash and ABC, Bitcoin Cash ABC and Bitcoin Cash SV are trading on Poloniex at $393 and $107 respectively. So, I've seen so many hard forks come and go, and so many Bitcoin hard forks as well. You guys remember Bitcoin 2x, and there's like a Bitcoin B2x, United Bitcoin, so many hard forks, but at least for me, in the end, there's only one Bitcoin, and that is the original Bitcoin, not all these made up hard forks. But that said, there's 3 different types of hard forks, and this is going to happen on November 15th. And let's just go into each one of them and see what they kind of stand for. So starting with Bitcoin ABC, this is considered the conservative wing favored by Roger Ver. And right now it has I believe the majority, or not majority, but most of the miners' votes. And it is based on the belief that basic structure of Bitcoin Cash is sound, does not need any radical change, but it just needs to improve. And a couple of implementation that they're going for is improving the zero confirmation transaction, enabling massive on-chain scaling, and improving fungibility. And everything, like, these concepts sound really cool and sound legit. However, it really centralizes the whole coin into this kind of a company-like structure. In a sense, the people in power will have say and will determine what they want to change for the coin. And as it becomes this massive on-chain scaling, it's going to be a major problem for the concept of decentralization. The reason why cryptocurrency exists is to put the power on regular Joes like us so that we could run the nodes. But this puts more power to like people like Roger Ver and Bitmain, these core companies. So I don't agree with it, but that it is what it is. Now moving on, Bitcoin SV, Satoshi's vision. Oh man, smells like scam. And one reason I say it is because it's led by Craig Wright. And Craig Wright is the guy that says he's the original Satoshi, and we all know that he's continuing this lie on and on and on. So anything that is led by Craig Wright and that is supported by him, I would highly, highly suggest against it. And Craig Wright, he basically promotes the idea miner's choice, miner's first philosophy. And the Bitcoin SV intends to win miners' votes by restoring original Bitcoin protocol, promising long-term revenues. And they're going to try to increase the block size from 32 megabytes to a maximum of 128 megabytes. And again, they're trying to do a similar thing, just increase the block size, but it doesn't really solve long-term issues. It's going to even get harder to be decentralized. Now, for the last one, Bitcoin Unlimited, it is considered the neutral wings voting rights to developers. Now, this guy named Andrew Clifford, I don't know too much about it, but this is basically taking the neutral stance and to minimize the risk. Andrew proposed a compromise solution called Bitcoin Unlimited strategy for the hard fork. So I don't know too much about this Bitcoin Unlimited, but I feel that, but it does have quite a bit of miner votes as well. So in my opinion, this might come a bit relevant, but so far it's really hard to tell. But from my educated guess, I'm guessing that this will probably lean towards Bitcoin ABC, as it has the most miners votes and has a lot of supporters like Bitmain, Binance, Bitcoin.com, and Coinbase as well. So I'm guessing that Bitcoin ABC will be the dominant hard fork remaining, while the other ones kind of fade away as other Bitcoin hard forks turned out. But that said, that is just some information on Bitcoin Cash hard fork. If you guys are interested, check out these articles on Cointelegraph, and you can check other articles online about this hard fork. But if you guys are thinking of making a quick profit out of this, I would highly suggest against it. And this is simply my opinion, but I don't like to mess with these kind of hard forks, especially with Bitcoin Cash. I don't agree with it fundamentally, and just not my type of cryptocurrency. But that said, you guys make your own choice, and I hope this was helpful to you guys. If you guys like this kind of content, like this video, comment below, and smash that subscribe button. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, check out the links below, and I'll really appreciate that. And as always, I'll bring you guys more deals on Daily Deals with Tim.